Hey everybody, Michael here. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at another product from Root Muddle. If you remember a little while ago, we looked at their clay, which I thought was possibly the best clay of 2020, and I'm still kind of holding to that verdict, but this time we're going to be looking at another product that came out at the same time as the clay. In this video, we'll be looking at their water-based pomade, which advertises a firm hold and a light shine, and yes, it is its own unique product. It is not just a shine variant of the clay, and we'll be looking at it like we do any other product review. Let's start really quickly though by looking at the jar here. So as you see here, this is the same 4-ounce amber glass jar that all the other Root Muddle products come in. I do like the design. This one looks the same as all of their other hairstyling products, but this one has language pertaining to the pomade, of course, and then here's some information about the product, and then here around the other side are the ingredients. Normally I don't really comment on the ingredients too much, but there are some interesting ones in here, like various types of proteins that we don't see in other hair pomades. This one is essentially supposed to be like a high performance but also a super conditioning product, which is really nice to see because this is going to be one of those waxier sort of pomades, especially with it being a firm hold. So having some nice conditioning agents that don't also weigh down the hair and make it greasy or anything like that is something that I can really appreciate. And then when you take the lid off on the inside, you see a product that looks really nice and creamy. It kind of has that off-white color to it. And the scent is the same awesome spice citrus scent that was on the clay. And as we know with all the Root Muddle products, their scents are custom blended directly by Root Muddle themselves because of course they do make a line of really great solid colognes, and this scent is also exceptional. Alright, so into actually using the product, scooping it out, it's actually not quite as creamy as the clay is. This one is definitely a lot thicker, but still scoops out rather smoothly. And then when you begin breaking it down, the breakdown is also pretty smooth, but it does have a distinct waxy stickiness to it that becomes more and more present as much as you break it down. And as you apply it to the hair, you will feel a bit of a stickiness because this is a rather waxy product, but it's not going to make it feel like you're ripping out any hairs or anything. The application is overall very doable. And I'm just applying 3 dime-sized scoops into towel-dried hair to get this hairstyle that I want. And also as I'm styling, I realized that it does have a very, very nice stickiness to it, which really helps you get that slicker hairstyle that you would want from a pomade. Now, this pomade though, in terms of slickness, it's not a very slick pomade. Actually, it's more of like a drier, waxier, stickier pomade because it does have that firm hold, and it does have a rather waxy presence in the hair. But for some people, they like that because it's not going to be as greasy or heavy. So if you're somebody with like fine hair and you want a drier pomade that can still give you a slick hairstyle, a product like this is going to be something that you want. Because if you're somebody that wants to style like a pompadour or you want a quiff with some shine on it, something like this as that drier, stickier feeling is ideal for you. And even if you have thicker hair as well, it still will give you that, especially if you feel like sometimes some slicker, more hydrating or greasy products tend to weigh your hair down. And as far as the advertised hold goes, yeah, definitely firm hold, very lightweight, but a good present strength there. And it's also a very low shine. However, I would say though, when you initially style your hair, there is a bit more of a present, like low to medium shine there. And then over time, within the first hour, it gradually dies down to more of that light shine that they say. It's not a super present shine, like it's not going to reflect much light off of your hair, so it won't look distinctly shiny, but it will definitely tell people out there that you are wearing hair products. So yeah, we covered the basics. It has a firm hold. It's one of those drier, stickier, waxier products. It does die down to a light shine over time. And I would say in terms of endurance, it holds up pretty well throughout the day also. Because it's not a slicker, greasier sort of pomade, it's going to maintain most of its hold all day. It's never going to like oversaturate your hair and start weighing it down or anything like that. But with most pomade products, you do tend to lose volume throughout the day. And I would say that is what happens with this one. It's the inevitable part of using pomade in your hair, whether your hair kind of falls apart or, you know, you just lose volume or whatever. I would say with the Root Muddle pomade, you do just gradually lose volume. But of course, because it never gets greasy and it never kind of weighs your hair down in any noticeable way, you can just use a comb and style your hair back into position. Or as you know, it doesn't have much of a shine to it. So if you wanted to, you could style something a bit looser, but it will have a distinct little bit of shine there. But if you want to go for something looser, it won't make your hair look dirty or greasy or anything either because the shine remains rather clean. But I will say though, it does look its best when you use this product for more of a tighter, neater hairstyle. But if you are kind of at a last resort, you can style it with your hands or just go for something looser and it should still look good. And then washing it out at the end of the day, some shampoo is required, but it will wash out very easily nonetheless. And because the hair feels really nice and healthy with the product in it, after you wash it out, your hair also feels fine. So the final verdict on the Root Muddle pomade. I actually quite like this one. To me, it's kind of like a throwback product, so to speak. When the unorthodox water-based pomades sort of first hit the market, there were a lot of really kind of stickier, waxier ones that weren't really super slick. They were a little bit on the drier side. But over time, a lot of them just kind of faded away because that's sort of the nature of the beast with the hair product world. A lot of times products get reformulated or companies kind of just call it quits and disappear. And it can be unfortunate because you do lose a lot of really good formulas. And some of those really good older formulas were those sort of drier, stickier, waxier pomades that were still able to stick the hair together enough to give you a sort of cohesive hairstyle, but they were a nice firm hold with that present waxiness. And frankly, not a lot of people like super slick products. I mean, there are plenty that do, but there's also a very significant amount of people out there that prefer a drier, stickier product like that, especially if you have fine hair or something like that, and you're worried about a slicker product weighing your hair down. Yeah, it does kind of have that sort of throwback, waxier feel, and if I were to compare that to any other current product on the market today, I would say the Grim Grease water-based pomades. Like, they kind of have that stickier, waxier feel. However, I would say this one, it feels a lot less sort of thick and waxy in the hair. It also feels a bit smoother, and it has a bit less shine than a lot of the other Grim Grease pomades. If I were to compare it to a Grim Grease pomade, it would be kind of somewhere in the middle of like their medium hold water-based and their firm hold water-based. But with that being said, Grim Grease makes like incredibly strong pomades. So it is kind of in the wheelhouse with some of those Grim Grease products, but it kind of has a refined characteristic all its own, where it has a really nice sort of complex ingredient deck with a lot of great conditioning ingredients and things that are just really healthy for your hair and makes your hair feel a lot smoother than some of those Grim Grease products do. But yeah, overall, if you kind of like those throwback, sort of drier, waxier, unorthodox water-based pomades, which are kind of few and far between nowadays, this is definitely one to take a look at because it also does kind of have some modern things about it that I think a lot of you also like as well. And like I said, I would especially recommend this for people with fine hair that want to get a nice sort of high volume pompadour. Maybe you want one that can last all day and you're kind of worried about sort of a slicker product weighing your hair down. This is one to look at as an alternative. So yeah, with that said, everybody, this was a review of the Root Muddle water-based pomade. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help out the channel when you do subscribe. And also click the links down below. I have a lot of helpful resources for you down there. For example, if you want a more detailed written review on my blog, you can find it in the description, and I will also have a link to where you can find this product for yourself. And at the way bottom of the description, I will be comparing this pomade to a few others on the market to give you a better idea of how it might stack up against some others in your collection. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to go edit this video to get it up on the channel as soon as possible for all of you. So you all have a good one, and I will see you all soon with another video.